My friends, gather close and listen well. Every village carries stories. Story that warn, story that teach, story that reminds us that beauty can be a blessing and also a curse. Tonight, I bring you the chilling story of Njoro village, where pride met vengeance, and the most handsome man learned that no one escapes justice. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and a silver river, there lived a man whose very presence commanded attention. He was not a chief, nor a wealthy merchant, nor even a warrior. Yet when he walked through the market square, conversations stopped and all eyes followed him. His name was Oba, and he was known as the Handsome One. Oba's skin glowed like polished bronze under the sun. His jawline was sharp, his shoulders broad, and his smile, when he chose to reveal it, was enough to send whispers running like wildfire among the women of the village. His gait was slow, deliberate, almost like the strut of a peacock. And in his heart, he knew he was admired. Yes, Oba was handsome. And yes, he was proud. When he passed through the market, women selling tomatoes and peppers would pause, their hands frozen mid-motion. Young maidens fetching water at the stream would giggle behind their calabashes. Even married women, against their better judgment, could not help but glance twice. And Oba loved it. Every stolen glance was like music to his ears. Every whisper was fuel for his pride. He whispered promises under moonlight, painted dreams of forever, took every hug he wanted from those women, make them tend to his needs. They washed for him, cooked for him, and cleaned for him, and when he was satisfied, he vanished, leaving hearts broken like gourds on the village floor. The mothers whispered warnings to their daughters. Do not look at him twice. Do not listen to his voice, for Oba's tongue is sweet like honey, but his heart is sharp like a knife. Still, Oba walked proudly, as if he ruled the world with beauty alone. Then came the festival of the new moon. The drums thundered, the maidens twirled, and laughter filled the air. But when the crowd parted, a woman entered whom no one had ever seen before. Her name was Amara, a wealthy trader from another land. Her beauty rivaled moonlight itself. Yet what struck people most was her confidence, her independence. Unlike the others, she did not look at Oba with longing, she looked at him with pity. My sisters, she told the women, why waste your youth on a man who gives nothing back? Why share one man when each of you deserves one who cherishes only you? The words sank into their hearts like a sweet song. One evening, Oba saw Amara outside her fine house, arranging baskets of cocoa and palm oil. He swaggered over. Evening, beautiful flower of Njoro, he said. A woman like you should not work so hard. Allow me to make your life easier. Without looking up, Amara replied, and what will you use, Oba? The food women cook for you? The clothes they wash? Or the lies you tell about journeys you never take? Her words cut him deeply. Oba stiffened. So, you know me? I know enough, Amara said. Enough to know you will never know me. Now leave. Humiliated, Oba stormed away. But his pride would not let go. He spread lies. Amara is already mine. At night, she sneaks to my hut. But the people doubted him. And when Amara kept ignoring him, humiliation turned into obsession. Oba's pride twisted into rage. And one night, she disappeared. The village was struck with grief and suspicion. Many whispered that Oba was guilty, but there was no proof. Still, his glory faded. People avoided him, women no longer giggled, and men muttered that justice would one day find him. Oba grew restless, but pride kept him walking tall. Until 2 years later, a mysterious woman arrived in Njoro. She was breathtaking, draped in golden ornaments and fine silks. Her name was Zuri. Many believed she was a queen. Zuri was kind to all, yet her eyes always found Oba. To his amazement, she smiled at him, welcomed his company, and soon allowed him to court her. Unlike the others, she seemed impressed by his charm. Oba thought his luck had returned. "If I marry her," he whispered to himself, "I will claim not just her beauty, but her fortune." He courted her carefully. For once, he brought gifts, spoke softly, and showed patience. And within months, Zuri accepted his proposal. Their wedding was the grandest Njoro had ever seen. People attended not for Oba's sake, but out of respect for Zuri. The drums of Njoro still echoed deep into the night. The villagers had eaten, they had danced, and they had praised Zuri's generosity and beauty. Lamps flickered like tiny stars across the compound as guests drifted away, whispering blessings. Inside, Oba waited impatiently in the bridal chamber. His heart raced not with love, but with greed. He looked around the chamber, his eyes glimmering at the sight of golden ornaments, fine silks, and ivory combs laid neatly on the table. He ran his hands across the smooth carvings of the bed frame and muttered to himself, at last, all this is mine. The gods truly favor me. My my blessed face has brought me here. A queen, riches, respect. Soon the whole village will kneel before me." He chuckled proudly and straightened his garment, ready to claim his prize. The door creaked. Slowly, Zuri entered, her veil covering her face. She moved with the grace of a river, her steps calm, her silence heavy. Oba rushed forward, eager, his smile stretching wide. "My jewel, my queen, come, let me behold the treasure that is mine." With trembling hands, he lifted the veil, and then his smile vanished. Zuri's eyes were no longer soft pools of beauty. They blazed like fire, twin flames piercing through the night. Her once flowing hair writhed and twisted into countless black snakes, hissing and coiling around her shoulders. The room darkened as if the moon itself had hidden. Oba stumbled back, his body shaking. What trick is this? Who are you?" Her voice rose, sharp and echoing, like thunder rolling across the hills. "Oba, you betrayed my sister. You took her life. Amara was not only a woman of this village, she was of my blood. Born of the serpent line, she chose to live among humans, to walk as one of you, but you proud, foolish man, you destroyed her. Tonight, Oba, you shall reap what you have sown." Oba fell to his knees, sweat pouring down his face. He stretched his hands toward her, trembling. "Mercy, Great One, mercy. I was blind. I did not know. Forgive me. Please, spare me." But his words were swallowed by the air. His voice failed him, as if the night itself silenced his tongue. Zuri raised her arms, and the snakes hissed louder, their eyes glowing like tiny embers. She chanted words older than the hills, words the earth itself seemed to remember. Oba's body convulsed, his proud arms shriveled, his strong legs twisted into coils. His bronze skin cracked and hardened into scales that shimmered with a sickly green light. His handsome face distorted with horror as his body lengthened, spine snapping, bones melting, until before the very walls of that chamber, the most handsome man of Njoro was no more. Where he once stood was a monstrous serpent, his human head grotesquely trapped atop its body. He tried to scream, but only a pitiful hiss escaped. The villagers, hearing the cries, but no one came out. They were all too tired from the grand celebration. And there, standing before Zuri glowing eyes, Oba slithered in agony. Zuri's voice rang out one last time. "Beauty without kindness is a mask. Pride without compassion is poison. So become what you truly are, a beast." And in a swirl of smoke, she vanished into the night, leaving only the echoes of hissing snakes behind. And by dawn, when the villagers woke up, they saw him crawling through the streets, a hideous creature crying for help. Some pitied him, some laughed bitterly. Now he looks like the beast he always was. Is this not the man who tricked our daughters? One spat. Is this not the one who brought shame to our wives? Another sneered. Now, look, the gods have judged him. He's no longer Abba the handsome one. Abba wept, dragging his scaled body through the dust, slithering toward the shrine of the chief priest. His once proud head bowed low as he cried, "Save me. Father, save me." The priest looked upon him with sadness and shook his head. No cure lies here. Abba, your beauty was your pride, and pride has devoured you whole. The gods do not play with arrogance. Abba hissed and slithered away, his cries echoing in the night. Into the forest he went, searching, calling for Zuri. But she was gone, swallowed by mystery, never to be seen again. And so, in his misery, he wandered the dark woods. But fate was waiting. For one dawn, as the birds sang, a hunter glimpsed the massive serpent moving through the undergrowth, mistaking him for a monstrous beast. The hunter raised his stick and struck. Oba's cry was the last sound he ever made. His story ended not with applause, nor with love, nor even with respect, but with the silence of death and the lesson of pride. And so, my friends, the tale of Abba, the handsome one, became a warning carried through generations. True beauty is not in the face, not in the shine of skin, or the shape of shoulders. True beauty is in kindness, in respect, in the heart that gives instead of takes. Pride without compassion will always lead to downfall. And this is the tale I tell. Let it walk with you as a shadow. Let it guard your heart as a shield. For those who live with pride shall fall, but those who live with humility shall rise.